Tom, why don't you go back into what you were talking about with the bare knuckle fighting?
It's just very exciting. We had a good show planned without fans in Tampa, but as the COVID numbers really got very low, we were allowed to start bringing fans in, going to 50%, and then just last week we were told we could do 100%. So, as any promoter would know, that's great news, and it's also terrible news because you can't print tickets. You've got to do marketing. These shows are hugely expensive, especially when you're talking about bringing pros in and purses. So, it was in everybody's best interest to really cancel the show, postpone it. We're coming back on July 24th, and that'll be probably in South Florida. I'm hoping for Fort Lauderdale, where the venue will be announced. And then we're in Kansas on August 14th, I think it is. And that's exciting. They've really got Dave Feldman's done a great job in bringing the sport to where it is. I know everybody's been reading everything on social media about Mike Tyson fighting for us, possibly Vanderlei Silva. Yeah, I know Tito Ortiz's name was in there. There's been some really big names. And I promise you, in the very near future, Dave's going to come out with some names of fighters that have joined bare knuckle, and it's going to stun the fight world. It really has. It will become a mainstream sport for a lot of fighters. We've done 11 shows already, and we have some of the top medical doctors work for the commissions, like Dr. Don Muzzy, who's coming out with a book. He's put together the statistics on every single bout and every fighter, and cuts, contusions, abrasions, KOs, transporting to the hospital, concussions, and the numbers are incredibly amazing. What a lot of people don't understand. It's where the UFC was 20 years ago, trying to convince people that it was an organized sport. But this one, if you've never seen it, it's just absolutely amazing. The fighters are, whether it's one of my favorite fights of Paulie Malignaggi against Artem Lebow. Artem Lebow is an amazing fighter. Paulie's very colorful. And we've had some tremendous fighters on that card. So I think it's only going to continue to grow, get better. And the July card is going to amaze people, and the news that's coming out. So we're excited about that. And plus, it's given me a great opportunity to work with the medical professions, the commissions across the country, and figure out how we're going to handle the testing of fighters and cornermen, officials, anybody that's involved in a show, and keeping the fans safe and keeping the fighters and everybody involved safe. So I'm really thrilled to be on the ground floor, getting on conference calls with various commissions around the country, and really hammering this out. So this is and New York is, in my opinion, one of the great. We did 47 shows. We sanctioned 47 shows last year. That's more than 2/3 of the ABCs across the country. So we figured it out. We've had the best run with little to no complaints. There's always going to be complaints, but we're excited about. And again, my officials with the ISK, we're going to be doing, before we get going again, we're going to have training classes for judges. We just want to keep that 100%. So we're excited about the future. I think the rest of this year is going to be interesting, but stay tuned. We got some good fights scheduled.
As you guys know, we are talking to Tom Sconzo, ISKA Director of New York. By the way, if you guys want to call up in the conference call, all you have to do is call in and dial 602-580-9324. And all you have to do after that, it'll come up to a prompt. Go to the access code 430-9388. If you have any questions for Tom Sconzo, that's all you have to do. Again, 602-580-9324 and access code 430-9388. So if you guys want to talk with us and talk to Tom in a conference call, we would love to get you on. I'm sure you guys have tons and tons of questions to ask for Tom and ask to Tom. And by the way, Tom, we were arguing a little bit, I would say 2 weeks ago. And
You sure you want to go this with Tom?
yes, I mean,
You know,
I
Tom
know,
is Team Panda. You know that, right?
yeah, okay.
Tom is Team
Team
Panda.
Gratitude. I mean,
Tom is Team Panda.
Team Gratitude. Did Team Panda actually sing Happy Birthday to him?
Like I said, I didn't want to be embarrassed by...
Embarrassed to what? Tom, did you love it?
How
Did you love it?
unbelievably talented you are.
I am unbelievable
I
talented.
think my wife laughed more. She was amazed by it only because she knows you, and she didn't know that your character could be that diverse.
My character is very diverse.
Because you see, Devin knows. Devin knows. Yeah. I sure as hell wasn't going to sing.
I think she was hysterical because your face was priceless. You had your hand over your eyes, and I don't think you were able to really. You were sitting next to him, and you were like. You didn't believe that was coming. I was watching it. I didn't know what was funnier, Errol or your face.
He hit a high C a couple of times. I didn't know how the hell he got that high.
Well, that's what happens when...
You're bragging about that? You're about to brag?
Yeah, why not? I mean,
I got
a terrible voice. As far as singing is concerned, radio, I have a very good voice. Mm-hmm. When it comes to singing...
And obviously
scare the
very
hell out
tight
of
underwear. I mean,
oh, yes.
either that or a
tight
wedgie,
in the bunch right now.
Because
man,
I can tell you right now. That was interesting.
Yes, well, I will say this, and I say this, entertainment could fit in so many different avenues, and...
You're going down that way?
Yes.
You're going the artistic role?
Yes, and
the artistic role.
Yes, this is the artistic role. I mean, I'm Team Gratitude. I'm not Team Panda over here. And to me, the way you entertain
something, Errol.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little known fact. Mm-hmm. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to listen to this. Here we go.
I guess a number of years ago, I was much younger.
Mm-hmm.
I was a professional magician.
Oh God, I know where this is going.
I did. No, and that's what I did. I did the opening act for Talking Heads, Elvis Costello, Devo.
He wasn't born then, Tom. He wasn't born back then.
Well, hold on one second. I was born in 1982, buddy.
Okay, so
there you go,
dude. E.T. is older than you.
Yeah, E.T. was. Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I was already graduated from college and working on Wall Street back then.
And now you're the director of ISKA. So there you go. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
It goes in all different avenues.
But we all have very interesting paths when you find out about what people have done and whatnot. But my forte in magic was escaping.
I don't want to know where that goes.
I'll tell you, my parents were so proud. I'm the guy that hung from the Brooklyn Bridge upside down in a straitjacket, got arrested and taken to Bellevue.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned E.T., Anthony, because believe it or not, my name was supposed to be Elliot. That was supposed to be my name. And my mother said, if I name my son Elliot, I want to disown him. My mom said the only kid she wanted to name was her firstborn son, and it was Errol because of Errol Flynn. That was my mom only named one of us out of 4 kids. One.
I'll show you my birth certificate, and my real name on the birth certificate is Gaetano Antonino.
You know what Anthony's is?
What? What?
Oh, my God. As you guys know, this is Caged in MMA. I'm your host, Errol Marks, my co-host, Anthony Anderosi. And by the way, I do have a problem, really pronouncing his name.
Because as you could tell, he's still butchering my name.
Well, I butcher a lot of people's names. And
I don't care about them. I care about mine.
Well, that remains to be seen on that one. But anyways, I want to know your opinion. And I know you're big when it comes to reffing and directing stuff that's going on in mixed martial arts here in New York. My thought here in what Dana White is doing, and I know What are you saying, oh God, for? Right now, there's really nothing to talk about when it comes to mixed martial
Sigmund
arts.
Freud was
Because
here,
there's nothing. Because there was nothing to talk about.
What
are we talking about?
Inside. Why are you yelling?
Because this is a radio show. And,
inside voices.
And it bothers the hell out of me that you
voices.
sit here and you actually stick up for Dana White.
I'm not sticking up for Dana White.
You do. You stick up for him. Yes,
You're
you
like
do.
one conversation away from being a freaking stalker, for crying out loud.
Trust me, I'm not stalking on Dana White.
Oh, please.
I'm not stalking on him. I'll tell you this right now. He probably gained 30 or 40 pounds.
If you were in a
I don't want
sandbox,
to
you'd
look at
be
him.
pulling his pigtails and pushing
right.
him down.
Yeah, right. Then you obviously don't know me because that's one thing I do not do. I do not kiss anybody's ass. And Dana White wouldn't be one, and he wouldn't be the second or the third, and maybe even the next 100.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. The question.
Anyways, my question to you is, when you look at Dana White and the product that he's putting out there with the UFC as big as it is and the biggest in MMA when it comes to promoting professional fighters, do you think this product is going to sell to the fan moving forward? I think we lost him.
Tom, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, there
I'm
you
listening.
Oh, Tom, I asked, did you hear my question? Do you want me to say it again?
Yeah, I did. But, yeah, there's always going to be people waiting to get in line to fight on the UFC. And Dana White is always in the front of trying to do what's controversial and what sells. So he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I